Imagine the apocalypse as a comical variety show. The Iron Corpse charges in like a superfan, tempered glass on the verge of breaking. Then, Red Queen says goodbye, and the steel door flies open. Our tech guy escaped the death game, shut the Red Queen down, and the group rushed to the station like a puzzle, the train speeding away. But just as Alice finished injecting the antidote into Ada, the Iron Corpse shows up again, slashing through the train like it's a snack bar, even using Matt as an appetizer. The robust steel door offered no resistance to the Iron Corpse's attacks. Alice grabbed her gun but failed to fire, and was entangled by a 40-meter tongue. To critical juncture, Matt pushes a steel pipe at the Iron Corpse. Alice grabs the fallen pipe, stabs the creature's tongue, and urges Matt to open the hatch. Then Matt turns to find Ada turned into a poor mutant. The infection had long set in, and the antidote was useless. Matt mercilessly shot her. Matt opens the hatch, and the Iron Corpse ignites in a fiery blaze, all because it hit the lighter setting. Matt hits the close button, and the steel door gracefully escorts them out of the villa just before lockdown like a fancy dancer. Just as Alice was to inject Matt with the antidote, Hazmat's suited team arrived like fireworks, taking Matt and Alice away. When she wakes, she's like a high-tech bug-bitten object. She pulls out the needles, leaves the ward, and finds the hospital as desolate as a freezer. Stepping out, the streets resemble a farcical apocalypse. The zombie virus gone global. An underground lab accident triggered the outbreak. Inside, staff turned into bloodthirsty zombies. An armed team went to investigate, only to be invited for tea, a terrifying gathering. They barely escaped, but were snatched up by the Umbrella Corporation, turning them into toys-like clowns. The Umbrella Company sent in another team to enter. Little did they expect. Opening the base was like Pandora's box, releasing zombies and fiercer Iron Corpses. The team was instantly wiped up. What a shock. Umbrella Corp saw the chaos, secretly took key people like Dr. Ashford and Angela, but Angela's car crashed comically en route. Soon, the zombie virus spread like a bad joke through the city. Folks thought it was just a regular comedy bit, and the police even dragged zombies to the station. Only Cop Jill saw through the ruse, taking a gun and taking out all the zombies in the station like a bodyguard, ordering everyone to evacuate. Amid the chaos, Exec Kane suddenly activates the alarms at the Alice base, as if shouting, "Come one, come all, it's a safe act." Walking out of the hospital, Alice sees the streets have turned into a crazy party, and to crank up the mess, Umbrella locks down the entire city. Only one bridge leads out, and all survivors line up as if joining a happy shuffle, but only those who pass inspections can leave the city. The hospital was sealed off like a secret party invitation, and those who wanted to escape could only do it at this moment. Meanwhile, Jill and her group arrive at the bridge, about to cross it joyfully, when an infected suddenly appears and bites Jill's colleague, Old Black, who tries to help. Luckily, another cop steps in just in time, and Jill quickly dispatches the zombie, but Kane, witnessing this, gets all twitchy worried about, so Kane immediately orders the inspection shut down and forbids anyone from leaving, which just sends the crowd into a frenzy, totally ignoring how people push back hard, retreating to the zombified amusement park, where the city turns into a zombie playground, while a handful of troops put on a show. Unbeknownst to them, they've been discarded by Umbrella, like an old machine that won't start, and only Carlos and 2 colleagues become the escape characters. Meanwhile, Alice leaves the hospital, picks gear in a weapon shop, but after dressing, feels her body's throwing a party. It's the T-virus in her body rolling happily, and Alice recalls her transformation. Dr. Ashford asks Kane to save his daughter, but is refused, resembling an old net joke. Helpless, he uses his own methods to hack city surveillance, locates his daughter, then searches for fun among survivors. Subtitles. Soon, Jill and the survivors come into view, along with a reporter and injured Black at the church. Upon entering, Jill meets the survivor, while the reporter, clueless, plans to record Umbrella's crimes with his camera. Suddenly, strange noises come from the room. Jill checks cautiously and finds a woman sitting quietly. A priest pops out, trapping her. The priest claims the woman is his wife, but when Jill looks close, she sees she's turned into a zombie. What a twisted appetizer. Just as the zombie was ready to enjoy the priest, Jill aimed her gun, but the priest shields himself, and the zombie takes. Jill fires to take down the zombie, but the reporter, hearing the gunfire, trips over himself, frantically prepping to flee. As he's about to flee, he sees hordes of zombies outside. Jill barely shuts the door when a scary creature appears on the church roof. Yep, you guessed it, the fearsome handcuffed zombie. The man is so startled that he bolts, clueless that the Iron Corpse preys on the single folk. To make matters worse, there's not just one, they multiply. Quick and tough, these monsters laugh at bullets. Not even oats can pierce their defenses. Soon, their bullets run dry, and as the next attack looms, the trio stands helpless, staring down the dark fate that awaits. At the critical moment, a bright light flashes outside, and a motorcycle crashes through the window. You heard that right, the rider is none other than the upgraded Alice. Upon landing, she sends one handcuffed zombie flying. Then she revs the throttle, and the motorcycle races like a wild stallion, crashing straight into the handcuffed zombie. With a perfect shot at the fuel tank, the explosion looks like fireworks, easily taking out that handcuffed zombie. The other handcuffed zombie isn't backing down. Alice pulls out dual submachine guns, firing while demolishing wall chains. What a refreshing sight. Though it narrowly dodges the bullets, it can't escape the quick drop of a giant cross. The handcuffed zombie, still unsatisfied, gets kicked over by Alice, who then takes it out with her shotgun. Now that's a cuff-free conclusion. The group exits the church, past mourning graveyard, when Alice notices old Black's infection. Just as she's about to act, Jill stops her attention in the air. Jill says he'll handle it when he mutates, only then does Alice lower her gun. However, at that moment, the graveyard corpses spring up like resurrected comedians, nearly turning the reporter into zombie cuisine. Subtitles. Luckily, regular zombies pose no threat to Alice and Jill, and they escape the zombie feast after a funny fight.